Hi everybody! I know it's been so long since the last time I did a video, so I wanted to do this video because I'm pregnant! If you follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, I announced on Instagram that I was pregnant back in September. I wanted to do a video kind of to like catch everybody up on my pregnancy. I originally did plan on doing a whole pregnancy vlogs like throughout my entire pregnancy. I'm going to try and do them from now on because I'm in my third trimester now. I've been kind of lagging, but there's a reason for it. So I did write down some stuff, like I wrote down a list. I'm gonna try and go through it, and then I still have to kind of like go through my phone to see other things because there's some things that I know I'll probably forget. But so currently I am 28 weeks pregnant and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday. I think I'm like 28 weeks and 3-4 days pregnant. When you're pregnant, you go to the doctor once a month until you are 32 weeks, I think. Like 31 weeks. You see your doctor once a month. And I saw my doctor at the beginning of every month since September. And like I said, I'm 28 weeks pregnant. I don't know what I'm having, nor am I going to find out. It's going to be I'm going to find out when I have the baby what I'm having. So my first doctor's appointment was in September 8th to be exact, was my first doctor's appointment. It was a super long doctor's appointment because I had to meet the nurse practitioner first, and she did like all my medical history, family history, and all that. And that in itself took really long because she told us her entire life story. My mom and my brother went with me to that doctor's appointment, and literally we were inside of her office for, not even the doctor's office, this was like the nurse practitioner. We were inside her office for at least an hour. I saw my doctor, who is Dr. Cordero. He's amazing. I love him. And if you know me, I'm super picky when it comes to doctors, and but I love him. He's awesome. My first doctor's appointment, which was September 8th, I couldn't hear a heartbeat yet because I was really early in my pregnancy. I already knew going in that I wasn't gonna be able to hear the baby's heartbeat because of the fact that I was so early in my pregnancy, so that didn't scare me, anything like that. As I'm going through like my doctor's appointments, I'll try and add in like other things that people usually like did I feel nauseous and blah blah blah, did I have cravings, yada yada. And I actually didn't have morning sickness at all, like not morning, noon, or night. Like I have been so blessed that I don't have crazy morning sickness or super bad nausea or anything like that. Like I feel so lucky because I know I have cousins and aunts and everything that their pregnancies were like horrible for them from what they've told me, and I feel so lucky that I didn't get any of that. Until now, I don't really get nauseous at all. Symptoms during like that month, or from September to October, were before my next doctor's appointment, were I was just always really tired, like exhausted. I was in school and I was taking 3 classes, 2 on Monday, Wednesday, 1 on Tuesday, Thursday, and I was so tired and I was so just exhausted. Like that's the best way to put it. I was just exhausted. I would literally take a nap every day when I would get home from school, because I would usually get home on Mondays and Wednesdays I would get home like around 1, and I would take a nap for at least an hour before I had to bring my brother to work. And so I would sleep for about an hour, and then after that I would bring him to work, and I would go home, and I would just, after him coming to work, I would just get home and I would just sleep. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would get home. I would make him something to eat because I got out at 10:30, 11-ish, just depending on the day, because of the fact that my teacher sometimes would run class late. And so I would get home, I would make him something to eat, or if I was too tired, I would just take him something to eat. And then I would pass out, and I would wake up, and I would clean a little bit, and then I would bring him to work. Another symptom that I did have early on in my pregnancy was my nipples were sore. Like, I know TMI, but it's the truth. It's part of pregnancy, I guess, because they would hurt. Like, not my whole boob, just my nipples, and they would hurt bad. Like, I would get in the shower and I wouldn't want the water to hit them because that's how bad it hurt. Like, painful. I'm trying to think, like, what other symptoms did I have? I was always sleepy. I did get some acne. I actually have a couple of blemishes right now that came out yesterday. Every once in a few weeks or so, I'll break out. And then I had my first ultrasound September 19th. And the baby was so small. And, oh my gosh, I don't want to cry. The baby was so small. And I was so happy and I was so excited because it was the first ultrasound. Oh my God, I don't know, I'm gonna cry. I know being pregnant has not made me more emotional. I'm emotional no matter what, and I haven't gotten worse or better. I've just been the same. Seeing the baby's heartbeat for the first time was amazing. And just seeing the baby for the first time was so awesome. It was like there's a little human growing inside of me. I was 11 weeks when I saw the baby for the first time on the ultrasound, and it was the most amazing feeling ever. Like, the most amazing feeling. I cried a little bit when I saw the baby for the first time. Just, like, I don't know, it's a feeling you can't really describe. Like, it's the most amazing feeling and, like, sight to see your baby growing inside of you. And I feel so blessed and so happy for so many reasons that I was able to get pregnant and that this little human is growing inside of me. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was gonna get this emotional. So the ultrasound place that I go to, they don't print out the pictures. They email them to you, and then you download them onto your phone, and then you save them, whatever, and then you can post them or print them out. I think it was like at 1 o'clock or something like that. And then I had to wait and wait and wait and wait all day for them to send me a link to the pictures. Tell you they have up to 24 hours before they send it to you. And I was just like, dude, like, how am I gonna wait 24 hours to get pictures of my kid? Like, I want these pictures now. So my mom and my brother went with me to that appointment, that ultrasound appointment too. And then they finally did, and it was so awesome. I'll insert a clip from that ultrasound. And when did I first hear the baby's heartbeat? Was it in October or November? The ultrasound. So in the ultrasound, I couldn't hear the baby's heartbeat, but I could see the baby's heartbeat, and it was really strong, really good. It was awesome. During that time, I'm pretty sure I was like, no, 11, almost 12 weeks, because I remember that I wanted to wait. My mom wanted to, like, tell the world. She wanted to tell everybody when I first found out I was pregnant, and I was like, no, I don't want to tell anybody. I wanted to keep it to myself as long as I could, because it's like, this is something so, like, it's so special. And I knew that there was going to be some people on social media that are actually family, that weren't gonna be happy for me. And so I was like, I don't want the negativity. So I really wanted to wait as long as I possibly could. But I really wanted to wait longer to announce that I was pregnant. I saw the ultrasound pictures. I couldn't wait anymore. I really couldn't. I wanted to tell everybody. So when I received the pictures, I sent them to both my dads. I sent them to my grandma in Texas, my cousins, my best friends, and my brother that is in South Carolina, and I think that was it. And I think my mom sent them to my aunts and my uncles, and that was it. And then the next day, my mom wanted me to post it that night, but I was like, no, I'm not posting it tonight. So the next day, on the 20th, I posted it. So I finally posted the pictures. I announced that I was pregnant, and everybody, and I mean everybody, was so supportive and so loving, and I got nothing but love, and I was so happy. And I felt so blessed. I still feel so blessed even now. And then of course everybody started asking me, oh, is it a boy? Is it a girl? Is it a boy? I told them I have no idea, and it's too early to tell, because I had my second doctor's appointment in October, the first week of October. So my second doctor's appointment, I think at my second doctor's appointment, I was able to hear the heartbeat, if I remember correctly. And it was awesome. Like it was faint because it was still really early, but I was able to hear it, and that made me happy because it was like my little miracle. My little miracle has a heartbeat. Like obviously baby had a heartbeat before that, but I was finally able to hear it, and it made me happy. My first doctor's appointment in September to my second doctor's appointment in October, I lost 3.5-ish pounds. And so my doctor said that, it was okay, it was normal. And so I was like, okay. Like I didn't know, because I don't weigh myself at home. I feel like that's just torture. I only know my weight because of going to the doctor. And the girl told me that I lost it wasn't a full 4 pounds. It was like 3.5. And so she's like, oh, are you throwing up a lot? And I said, no. And she's like, okay. She said, well, I'll let doctor know. And then the doctor came in and told me it was normal. I said, okay. And I wasn't worried about it. And then, like I said, from the very beginning, I didn't have morning sickness. Not even before I found out I was pregnant, I didn't have morning sickness. I would get nauseous. Like after I would eat, I would get nauseous, and that's something that still happens now. If I get up too soon after I eat, I'll feel nauseous. But that's why I just like literally just chill at the table, or if we go eat, I'll just sit at the table and wait for wait for my food to digest basically, and just relax and wait and wait and wait. I'll seriously sit at the table for 20 minutes or so, just letting my food go down. And then but that's been literally my entire pregnancy. And then November 21st, I had my second ultrasound appointment, and the baby was way bigger, and I was able to see its heartbeat again, and it was super strong. And the girl told me that the baby was weighing 14 ounces and was about 10 inches. And on my app that I'm using, it's called Ovia, and it gives you week by week, like every time you turn, you know, the next week, like right now that I'm 28 weeks, it gives me like a rundown of how big the baby is and how much the baby is weighing and everything, and the size of the baby, blah blah blah. So at, well, how many weeks was I on the 21st? 20 weeks? 20 weeks. Yes, I was 20 weeks when I went to my ultrasound appointment, because that's what I put on my picture. So yeah, I was 20 weeks when I went to my ultrasound appointment, and the girl told me that the baby was weighing 14 ounces. On my app, it says that the baby normally, well, it says on the app that the baby was weighing 10 ounces. So my little baby was weighing 4 ounces more than the average. And I was just like, dear Lord Jesus, this child is going to be huge. And I don't think I look that big. No, sometimes I do look that big. When I went to my next doctor's appointment, which was a couple weeks before that, it was the first week of November. I think it was the 3rd. Actually, hold on, I'll tell you right now. My wallet. I'm looking for my wallet. It's holding up my camera. Okay, Stephanie. So my next doctor's appointment, after the one in October, was in November, and that one was November 3rd, when I heard the baby's heartbeat for the very first time, because I was able to put it on the picture or on the video of my second ultrasound. I was able to attach it, and you could hear the baby's heartbeat and see it in the ultrasound video. So I'll put that in here. Nurse at my doctor's appointment on the 3rd told me that I gained the 3 that I had lost. I gained them back, and so I was back at my original weight at the very beginning of my pregnancy, and my doctor was totally fine with that. And then after that, I had my ultrasound appointment. It was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and I got to see the baby. The baby looked huge. The baby was weighing in at 14 ounces, which was 4 more ounces than what it usually is supposed to weigh. And then I got sick that weekend of Thanksgiving, and so I went back to see my doctor the following week, which was the 28th. I saw my doctor again. Was it, or was it the next day after my ultrasound? Something like that. And so I ended up having 2 doctor's appointments that month instead of just one. And so he told me that I was fine, because I had a cold, and so he told me to take Tylenol cold, the regular one, not severe, and drink a lot of liquids and everything like that. And I said okay. And I was supposed to go back the 1st of December, but since I had just seen him, she scheduled me out for the 18th. Or I was actually not going to see him at all in December, and I was going to wait until right now that I got back. But she said no, that was going to be too much time in between, so she needed to schedule me before I left on vacation. She scheduled me for December 18th because I left the 19th. So she scheduled me for the 18th, which was a Monday. And so in my doctor's appointment in December, I had gained 1 pound, which was basically just the baby. And that was it. And that was, my doctor was, again, he was perfectly okay with that. And I was okay with that. From the beginning of my pregnancy, I don't eat crazy. I don't eat super late at night. I don't eat a bunch of junk food. Literally I eat home food like all the time, and I don't have crazy cravings. I really honestly don't. I think the one craving I had was pozole, and I was in Texas when I craved pozole, and I told my ama, and she said she would have it done for me. When I got back, and she did, and it was delicious. Oh my gosh, it was so good. As soon as I got home, I served myself a bowl, and I was so happy. It was so delicious. But in between all this time, the nipple soreness finally went away, thank God. And my boobs don't hurt. They actually haven't grown at all. My stomach has, but my boobs haven't. I think I'm gonna end this video here, and then I'll do one from from my second ultrasound. But for now, this is just for the last half of my first trimester, and then the second trimester, I think, right? Half of my second trimester. Last half of my first trimester and the first half of my second trimester. That's what this video is. And I will edit this, and I will post it, and I will insert clips where I can, or pictures, probably clips. I'll insert clips of the baby, and then I will do my next video probably tomorrow. So if you have any questions, please put them in the description. I mean, not the description. Put them in the comment boxes below. I will try and answer as many questions as I possibly can. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Comment, like, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in my next video.